welcome back to another Computer Sluggish Plus video. So today we're on Battlefield 1 Operations. We're on a pretty big map, as you can see. So there's a lot of drawing and detail that our graphics card has got to do. So, if you don't already know about the specs that I'm running, even though some of them are in the title, and I've put all the specs in the description below. We are running a i7-2600K. It's not overclocked at all, it's just running the default 3.4 GHz. And we are using the 960 GTX graphics card. So it is a 4 gig graphics card, so we got all that extra memory for the higher resolution gaming. As you can see in the top left hand corner, we got our frames per second, and at the minute they're sitting nicely at 60 frames per second, even with all this war scene that's going on, should I say, like the little planes going on up there. I have tried to choose a slightly brighter map than our last video, but it seems to be going a bit darker. We've got boat coming over, so as you can see, 60 frames per second, it's still sitting nicely. We will have a look at what my graphics settings are on in a second, and we will bump them up and see how well it performs. As you can see, I'm not the best player on this game, but I'm giving it a shot. And I'm keep missing, which is not good, but I finished him off with the pistol there, so that's alright then. Right. So there's a lot going on there, and my frames per second is not dropping. The game is still really playable, which is nice to see. So can we do a long shot? There's no one there, but I will try and take out this sniper now in the distance, just so we can see what it's like for long range sniping. Okay, it would help if I was a good player at the game, but not to worry. We're also running 16 gig of RAM. So that's Corsair memory as well, Corsair Vengeance. There's more details in the description below, like I said. And I can't seem to get this medic, which is bugging me a tad. Okay, so I got took out by a sniper. Right, it's time to take a look at what settings we're currently running. So if I go onto video, as you can see my resolution, we're at 1920 by 1080. And that's at 60 Hz. If I go across now to advanced, my resolution scale's on 94%. That's supposed to be on 100%. So let's just change that. There we go. So it's on 100% now. And DirectX 12 is enabled. And as you can see, all my settings are on high at the minute. So on high, running DirectX 12, we were getting a nice smooth 60 frames per second. It was occasionally dropping to 58 frames per second. As you can see, my graphics card is at full speed, so it's using the whole graphics card, and it's using 8 gig of memory, and it's only at 73 Celsius, so that's okay. So we're going to bump that up now to Ultra.
We have lost objective
and we're going to see how well Battlefield performs on Ultra. Bearing in mind this is a large scale map, so straight away as you can see it did dip then to 48 frames per second, and it's dipping again to 50, 45, and our memory's at 8833 megabytes, so that's how much RAM we're currently using to run the game. As for our CPU, it's only using 67% of the CPU's power. Considering that there's a lot going on right now, as you can see, we're on a 64-man server. So the graphics card and the processor is performing extremely well, even on Ultra. It's still playable, but I know some people only like to have 60 frames per second or more. But personally, I think this is absolutely fine and playable, as you can see. Just I'm not very good, that's all. Anyway, right, so I'm going to bump up now the not the resolution to sets. Let's just try and hit some people. Okay, so there's a tad bit of a delay there. That could Now, yeah, so as you can see, we're down to 36 frames per second now. So it did lag a little bit then, I must admit. I personally don't like it on ultra settings, because I personally do like a solid 60 frames per second as well. But if you're a hardcore love graphics person, then you might want to suffer with this. So we're going to now go onto our options, and we're going to go onto video, and we're going to go onto advanced, and we're just going to turn up the resolution scale to 130% and see how well it performs now. As you can see, the frames per second have dropped again dramatically. They're now down to 30 frames per second, 27. So it is a lot more laggy now. So if someone come at me, I'm not going to turn around as fast as what I would have before. Like, personally, this is no good running it like this. So we would need to bump that back down. But as this is a video, we're going to push this machine to the max. So we are now going to bump that up even more. I'm going to turn it all the way up to 200%. 200%. There we go. Right, so we're on 200% now. And
half of the enemy forces are gone.
Multiplayer is always a bit more.
Enemy forces are gone.
Multiplayer is always a bit more laggy anyway than the campaign when it comes to frames per second. And as you can see, we are straight down to, look, 13 frames per second. It really is struggling to draw all that detail. It is suffering now. It can't handle it. We're at 100% usage on the graphics card, as you can see. It's going absolutely nuts. We've got a bomber coming in now, and this is going to take some drawing. Look at that. That does look absolutely stunning, I must admit. But unfortunately, it's not playable. Well, unless you want to play with a choppy game, as you can see there. So unfortunately, that does bring us to the end of this video. If you did enjoy this video, remember to smash that like button below and subscribe for more Computer Sluggish Plus videos.